Hey, what's happening? Tim with Nomad Trading. Figured I'd jump on and show you some of the hottest trades of the day, the stocks that the day traders are watching. Um, PLM was one that traded, let's see how many shares, 151 million shares today. I thought it was a good example of why I don't trade stocks under $1 very often. Um, so often you see these stocks that are under $1, they might get a ton of volume and a lot of eyes on them, but they get so choppy. I don't know how many times you look at a chart of a stock that's under $1 that might have a ton of volume or news or whatever, and excuse me, a lot of eyes on it, but they turn into these choppy charts. You'll see them go up and then they'll fade back where they came from, if not lower. It just seems like that's the case. So it becomes really hard to trade. You don't see the patterns that everybody talks about. That you need the patterns because you need to be able to predict what's going to happen. And so often stocks that are under $1 don't follow those patterns for whatever reason that may be. Maybe there's just that many newer retail traders trading them because they're cheaper. I'm not really sure, but it just doesn't seem like the patterns seem to play out a lot of the times when the stocks are under $1. So typically I don't trade them, but I thought it was worth showing that as a good example of that situation where it trades quite a few shares, has a lot of eyes on it, but it's hard to find a good recognizable pattern in there. Another one is RNET, RNET. This one had a few good opportunities on it. It basically was up pre-market, kind of faded into the open, recovered, and then consolidated. And a good place to buy would have been right here when you get this first big green candle coming back up through VWAP. When you're seeing a consolidation like this, and then it's a nice strong green candle with a little bit more volume coming in um, towards midday, and it's shooting through VWAP like that, sometimes that can be a pretty good play. I would not have guessed it would have gone, all the way from the 278 area all the way up to $4, but it's beautiful that it did. Could have entered right there at the break of VWAP somewhere in there because that'd be a good sign of strength after a nice consolidation, like I said. Or you could have waited until the high of day break, got some consolidation there, and as it broke away, you could have taken that trade. It did come back down and test. Would have been really hard to hold through this for me anyway, had I taken the trade over the high of day break and then had it come back down and test that with a pretty significant pullback. Hard to hold through that for me. Probably would have ended up cutting that and then re-entering on this nice big first green candle to make a new high right here as it shoots back up, and then another great move up here. After that, it did stay above VWAP, so you could have had a nice VWAP bounce right here as it came down. You could have bought it when it got close to VWAP and had a nice little bounce there from 350 area to 380, so 30 cents in there. So you might have been able to get 10 or 20 cents of that move. That's all I usually shoot for, honestly. I'm usually in and out with 10 cent and 20 cent gains, unless it's just a super crazy mover that's moving a dollar a minute or something crazy like that. But on most of these stocks, if I can get 10 or 20 cents, 30 cents, I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm back out of it with profit. Don't try to buy. Word of caution: if you get a VWAP bounce like that and then it fails, it kind of retests the high of day and it fails, especially on big red candles like this, and it's right back down to VWAP. Don't try to buy that second VWAP bounce, especially when you're getting into early afternoon, midday, because there's a lot of times that that'll fail and it'll go through VWAP and you'll get caught with your pants down as it fades the rest of the day. RNET, ABUS. I don't know how I missed this, but I didn't even see it today for some reason until I was just looking through and trying to find any hot stocks that happened today that I didn't see. And this was one that I didn't see. I'm not sure how. I didn't see it get halted this morning. It didn't pop up on my halt scan. Um, but anyway, this thing was crazy. It had almost 100 million shares and it's still going. Now it's actually pulling back. So caution as you get into after hours. And this thing's got enough volume after hours that it actually doesn't even have much of a spread, which is crazy. A lot of times after hours, you really see that the spread open up and you'll see 10, 20, 30 cent spreads. Not ideal for trading, but this one actually has quite a bit of liquidity even in the after hours trading. So interesting, something to watch. I wish I'd seen it earlier. I'm not really sure how I missed it, like I said, but it had some great opportunities there because it came out of that first halt and like a rocket out of that first halt, going up from 355 to 4, so over a dollar in a 1 minute candle. That's just crazy. Probably couldn't have even got in that stock. It went up so fast, and then right back down to test VWAP, and then that would have been a good spot to buy that first VWAP test. And let's see, that was around $4 to the high was over $5. You could have definitely got a 50 cent gain out of this VWAP bounce right here. And then again, breaking through, it did have a second VWAP test, and this one did hold on this stock, had the volume, had the momentum, and then by the high of day break, would have worked out amazingly well here. It didn't even really come back down and test it. It just consolidated a little bit past the high of day and then kept shooting up from $5 all the way almost to, yeah, 6.50. So a $1.50 move right there past the high of day. Came back down and tested VWAP. This is a great show of strength because it stayed above VWAP all day. Even now, it's just continued to, even when it's tested VWAP 1, 2, 3 times, it stays above and keeps going. So good show of strength. I don't know if there's news that's not showing up on E-Trade for some reason. And like I said, I wasn't looking at it for some reason earlier today, so I don't know what the news is, but I'm guessing there's probably news if it had that kind of strength. Anyway, still moving after hours, kind of testing that support there. I would not be shocked to see this come back down quite a bit after hours, but hopefully we'll get a continuation on that tomorrow. That's going to be one to watch for tomorrow, given the amount of volume it has and how much strength it's had throughout the day. So if it can keep from having a secondary offering overnight or in the morning, that could be a good stock to watch for continuation tomorrow. Then there's MIST. This one I was watching. I did take a trade on this at the VWAP break as I saw it curl up, break VWAP, consolidate a little bit. Took a trade on this from $8 to, I think I got out right around this 875 range because of it. It had topped out there, here, and here, and almost there here. It just seemed like it might be a good resistance point, so I didn't want to be caught on it when it pulled back down to VWAP. But a nice trade on the break of VWAP, nice consolidation, and popped out as amazingly strong. Did not think it was going to really go as high as it did, but it's pretty cool. Got halted, came out of the halt, briefly went up, and then pulled back down. Some pretty big, scary red candles on this one also. So they always make me nervous. Like this drop here made me nervous. Anytime you get a big red candle and a stock can drop that fast, it just makes you nervous as somebody that's going long that you could be caught on that. And that's why it's very risky, whenever the stock is walking right along VWAP for a long period of time, consolidating. That's basically a 50-50 shot there, if not worse. We're looking for higher odds plays and higher odds setups. So do yourself a favor and don't buy, especially a stock that's come up and then come right back down. Come up, come right back down. Do yourself a favor, don't buy a stock that's going into midday, especially that's walking, consolidating along VWAP, because you're basically just flipping a coin on whether or not it's going to shoot up or dump and leave you losing a lot of money. So in the morning, a little bit different story, but still, I don't like this long consolidation right along VWAP. It's just too much of a coin toss. If you see it start popping up here, then that might be a spot to buy. But then you're just looking to get out at the next area consolidation, or at least that's what I do. If you got bigger balls than me, you can hold, stocks much longer. I wish that's one thing that I'm trying to work on myself, is holding stocks longer. I tend to cut my winners too quickly, and trade a little bit too scared. So a lot of times that's good, playing it safe, but it doesn't. You don't end up with a lot of home run trades when you trade scared like that. So if you got bigger balls than me, maybe you can end up buying this first big green candle here and holding the thing all the way through the first halt, and more power to you on your over $2 per share gain. That's pretty much all the big movers for the day. Hopefully this helps. If you don't have Acorn already, it's something I'm actually trying to make a little money with through affiliate commissions. I get $5 and you get $5 if you sign up for Acorns. If you don't know much about it, watch my video about Acorns. Basically all it is it links with your account, so when you buy something, it rounds up to the nearest dollar and puts that little bit of change into an investment account with them. And over time that adds up. So for me, I use it like a little separate savings account for Christmas, or to buy tires for my car, or things like that I don't budget for. So it's kind of like found pocket change, a little piggy bank. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description of this video, as well as several other videos. If you want more information, you can watch my video about it also. Other than that, trying to get in the swing of making videos more regularly like I was before I took a little bit of time off, trying to still break that 1,000 subscribers. So give me a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you'd like me to make, things I need to cover, things that you're questioning or wondering about that I might be able to help with. Just a regular guy like you, working a normal job and trading as a hobby and trying to help others get started also. So there's no question too small or dumb. In the comments, I'll see if I can help you out, or I'll find the answer if I don't have it. Until tomorrow, I might try to go live tomorrow. Some people have asked how to find stocks and what's moving, so maybe I'll try to go live more often in the morning pre-market to kind of show you what stocks I'm looking at. Maybe that'll help you guys find the stocks that other traders are looking at, so you know what to watch throughout the day. If that's something you might like to see, let me know in the comments. Until tomorrow, hope you guys have a great evening. God bless. Peace.